Hey guys, Slamblr here. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So, since I just started out on YouTube, I want to make my first video talking about exorcism. Now, what an exorcism is the removal of an evil spirit from the human body. Now, if you've seen a movie about exorcism, you'll know what an evil spirit can do to someone. They'll make their heads twist backwards, speak in an unknown or backwards language, contort their joints to the point where it looks like they're breaking them, vomit on will, or at least on the demon's will, remove net neutrality, make their beds float, and make a Teen Titans Go movie, then you get the gist of what they can do. Now, unlike the movies, not all exorcisms are carried out by a Catholic priest, or not just any priest under the denominations of Christianity. They can also be done by a slew of other religions, whether they're Abrahamic or not. Now, a good rule of thumb is that if a religion believes in evil spirits being able to go in human bodies and possessing them, then they're likely going to have methods on trying to get rid of those evil spirits. Now, each religion has their own method of performing an exorcism, and in some cases, if you look at a certain religion, they may not even have their own one way of performing an exorcism. Now, the concept of exorcism is similar to the concept of cooking, where they have one universally shared goal, but there are different methods of achieving that goal. In the case of cooking, it's to make a meal that you can eat, whereas in the case of exorcism, it's to remove the evil spirit from the body. And you can use any methods at your disposal to achieve that goal. You can use methods as simple as splashing holy water onto the possessed, which is probably not going to work very well. Or you can just go all out and expose the possessed to some very sacred and holy artifacts, chant prayers in a very holy language such as Latin, and power washing the possessed with some holy water. That's much more likely going to work. But even then, methods like these suffer from a flaw where if they don't work, then things go from bad to worse. And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about here today. I'm going to be talking about a method I've thought of recently that just might work 100%. And even if it does fail, you can still make it work. Just as a bit of a disclaimer, this is a Christian-based exorcism method, but that does not imply that I am a Christian. Furthermore, I am not an expert exorcist. Do not take anything I say into actual consideration. That means don't do this at home, kids! Alright, so now is the time to pitch in my idea. Alright, so what if you take someone who's possessed, you tie them to a pole, and then you bring them to the nearest beach possible, along with a priest. And then you get that priest to bless the beach, like the entire beach, like the beach water itself. And then you dip the possessed person in the water. Will that work? Now, the thing is, what you gotta think about is that demons are naturally weak to holy water. And since there's so much holy water surrounding them, they're not gonna like that very much. Add that to the thought that it's also salt water. Ever heard of that thing where where demons can't enter a circle of salt? Well, this isn't exactly a circle of salt, but this is a lot of salt surrounding them. And, it's probably going to add on to it. It's like salting a burn wound for the demon. And to add some extra effectiveness to this, you can take the priests you took to bless the beach and make them recite a series of holy prayers meant to expunge a demon out of a person's body. Now, after they recited those prayers, you can then take them out of the water, and if they're still possessed, you just dip them back in. Recite those same prayers, rinse and repeat until you've got the job done. Now, you may be coming up with a few questions doubting this type of method. Like you may be thinking, what if you have trouble trying to tie the possessed to a pole? Well, then you shouldn't be so damn weak. What if the possessed drowns in the water? Well, have you tried pulling them out? But what if the possessed dies? Well, then mission accomplished. They're no longer possessed.
They're dead.
Hey, you know what? I'm starting to get bored of talking about exorcism. Let's talk about something different, something unrelated to exorcism. You know what? Let's talk about olive oil. Yeah. Alright, so here's the bullshit with olive oil. Like, why? Why is it an oil? Like, I'm pretty sure it should be classified as juice, because according to Google right here, olive oil is produced by grinding olives and extracting the oil by mechanical or chemical means. Gee, seems to me that someone's squeezing some juice from little grape-looking things that don't even taste like grapes. And don't even get me started on virgin olive oil. It's pretty concerning that olives would be virgins in the first place. How does a viscous liquid that's apparently an oil gonna have sex in the first place? And what really grinds my gears is extra virgin olive oil. Like, what? Like, how does being extra virgin work? Like, do you have like multiple virginities? And do you have to get all those virginities taken away to be classified as deflowered at that point? Alright, I had sex with that salad last night, so that's 3 virginities down. How many do I have left? 2. Alright. Hey, salad, you want to give it another go? Or even better yet, say that your school is taking a field trip to the olive oil factory, or wherever they make olive oil, and just like,
Alright, class, settle down now. So if you look to your left, this is the room where they decide if olive oil is going to be not virgin, virgin, or extra virgin.
and then the students look and they see some guy having sex with bottles of olive oil, just sticking his dick into the neck of the bottle, like, But if that's the case, then I suggest that everyone buy bottles of extra virgin olive oil. Hell, the more virgin it is, the better, because if you're over here using regular olive oil, then you might as well be drinking another guy's cum. And if you're a guy, that's like gay shit, unless you're wearing socks, so say no homo. Alright, enough talking about olive oil. Let's talk about really trivial stuff like, oh fuck, I'm eating these Skittles. Let's talk about those surprise reactions people give you when you answer their question. Like, I'm saying, like, someone sarcastically asks a question and you answer that correctly and they're surprised that you knew the answer to that question. Like, say for instance, hey bro, do you know what docking is? And then I go and respond with, yeah, it's when you go up to a guy with some foreskin, he wraps his foreskin around your and that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. Can we hit can we like hit, oh god, this is oh shit, I'm dropping Skittles.